Yɛma bi adwuma bi akwaba erebepim ewo NET2 TV. Emomfa nkyeye na nkese start around 7:30 ekokowie 9:30. One or two technical challenges bi ntino. Empire fight to no manyina kama. Ama yetimi atena ase a yede inside Ghana e de Ebro. Madika catch us every Friday between the hours of 7:30 ekosi 9:30 p.m. and sama air course wo Ghana the course we ase afa na nyina they say yetine ate ase ni ewura mi ekirikire mu na Ghana ni bia hutimi tono no nyakopon ya adoma every Friday starting from today from 7:30 ekosi 9:30 p.m. 2 hours ibe we run sebunum na yetimi a church say no ma esiko na obi catch us basically about 70% of the attention would be on politics. Nyankopon ya adoma on the 7th of December, Ghana ye kwa kotuaba. Why enabe the president of the Republic of Ghana? Why na Ghana 42 say ye man kwan so me lead Ghana betimi aboa. Ye be call political parties na so ye omo manifesto na dia no mo ka ensemble no mo ka pledges ne promises be no mo make ye be we be bisa say e realistic and I say unrealistic. Ye be we ni nyina mo eri abrew. Shanin so said this particular program any bias to any political station. And I say any political party, TMBM, any bias. They tell me say we are neutral. We go into the matter as it is. Our objectivity, our honesty will come into bear. And the Baba say, Ebia, who say, oh, NET2 TV. And then I'm saying, you might be ready. You perceive who said the normal sequel. Said by a gun and you have an informed decision. One I get to about the manual or the development or bedroom who bet me about and what me acquaint. And also what you know, you better other trending stories. Ebia showbiz room, sports room, entertainment room, and way any normal Braya Kabuma between the hours of 7:30, equals 9:30. Yet Nasanafia seminar at the Abreu. On your eye. What also NET2 TV. Me a midi jumadi who channel me Owusu Addo Frank. Obet my friend Franko The Hitter. And Mr. O friend Franko The Hitter mejo so. And some Addoson. And yebekwa kopiem ewo US of A. The president of America already did Joe Biden wakasa e dey ensem wo kan ye de nyina eba ye betima correlated to Ghana politics and a ho nsem te say ye de ba. The National Democratic Congress almost say 24-hour economy. E ho nsem te say o want to change my ase ana ye be gbe wurema kwa akobisa ho nsem ye be ko deep ne bisa say 24-hour economy no is it visible and as anya visible ye be wurem na fie di hu nkomo and so wachi the National Democratic Congress said 2024 elections omo catch the Electoral Commission no rigging of elections omo ntwe ema easy for no nkase da bi omo kwa kwose dem e wewura no ma bi da bi ye be wurem na fie di nsem nyina asan e de aba ye ba be sore kra na anwada ukopiem our Parliament House, the Speaker of Parliament, Aban Bagben, or catcher Sefiyosu MP, Dr. Kwakwe Fiese Mura, sorry Nepie. So one person will be no problem, Mamma Massa, some of the US Yabonte, and the some air coso, way any and send the Brady Ebro live on NET2 TV. Medica Carlos and Yanko Ponya Doma every Fridays from 7:30, equals 9:30, yet the inside Ghana, Eddie Bro. And you know, Obibia Utemi Biano. Ebia YouTube, ebia wo Facebook and once we dey obon na tu no search engine no o press ya na chese ni nyina ayaba na watimi ahwe live but di ka catch us say dwumadi e ba bedi ye friend konofe kono we no afidie no etwa ento bibia wo temi bia no ebia wo ye NPP ni wo ye NDC ni wo ye afrafranto conscientize your mind e Ghana first. We are going into the matter and we go deep into the matter. We explain how the issues are being run. Say the normal sequel. Say the beya wa utifie no. Ya the party colors ne beton chain. Partisan issues ya the beton chain. Ni adwene Ghana ho. Na Ghana itimi afan ntuma pa Eddie Efra. Once again, maybe Eddie Owusu Addo Frank. Obetimi afra me Franko The Hitter. Ya be ransem num na fe ya de nsem no Eddie Abrew. Amanfo be challenge wa ukopiem ewo US of A. The current president Niti Eddie Joe Biden. Na papa na ni abre so person osan kona nke san to abama no na osan to aso as the president the ma US of A na anwada ye wo ho papa yi obekọ onko papa yi obekọ onko de eti ye nyina ne say owura ye fani Joe Biden the ba betu dwa say na re-election na ni abre person osan ko biem no or catch America for and obi bia so onwo ye fani Joe Biden no o si form na ordinary support ama Kamala Harris or no any the vice president for US of A and to no support to man na sansem no e ho nsem te sen me pese owura sansem no na fe hu se de nsem no esitie na obesa so one anytime we are going for elections there be ameka if you are going for elections it is a grand opportunity for everyone to be able to scrutinize the leaders. And then, see, I'm far as a ne, Eben another damn akufo-addo, and John Dramani Mama, or my catchers, one person made the president of the Republic of Ghana. Ebia Alan Kwadwo maintain, Ebia Cheddar, the new force, or catchers of person the president of the Republic of Ghana. Adia Bakwa FN a kono say, e say etimi di omu na agina ho. Na yetimi bi so more questions. Na yetimi hu say say nipa we ne short force ne de he, ne strength ne de he, ne weakness ne de he. And do basa is one. If you go to the US of A, CNN4 eka say there be babi ade na do no. What ba benya Donald Trump? Our baby the president of America. And also what na na ye kokoto abaka say Donald, kona kwotena fina do ahome kakra. Donald Trump so wananti mu ahia mu say baby de ekeka kono. Ono Donald Trump no eso sign ba. It sounds like Joe Biden or say o mine no. O kan ni say ye no. And after wakwa kodi the Republicans nanim our person otimi bua na Republicans no is able to capture power from the Democrats. And to be so Democrats for so ni abre ka say baby yes you ni abre ye person etimi say akwa second term. Na Joe Biden timi bua na enoma o sese ama America timi fa no ntuma padi afia no Joe Biden betimi aye. And no CNN cable news network utwanity a o friend the CNN omo to omo nsa e de first ampanyimfo mienu e ka say ampanyimfo mienu omo mra na omo ma megina ho na fa debate ni entimi enkoso maka na mesi aka biem in every serious jurisdiction krobi obiara catch us so many abre and they are going for elections adia ba ko betimi use as a yardstick obetimi dia measure obetimi dia boa how the performance of your leaders is when it comes to debate nenti ameka sa ne say if you look at these politicians if you look at these flag bearers anytime they get the opportunity at a political podium, it will make me and oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, or the prejudice promises, Baba, and I'm not talking about my may say, a do was a quatua bandy manipana, sometimes a 12 money credit we are, Nippon credit me catch us in year crumpy. So this kind of promise and pledge that he made. And to question is one, a lot of people have problems with leaders. It says a bedu one leader and comment marker say Abia on Kai. If you go to America, whether ambiguous, whether concordant or reality, Obianim say you talk about the mouth of America, sorry, the president of America, it go outside your jurisdiction and domain. Anytime you say whether ambiguous or not. And I mean, no say, Abia say, Joe Biden, the president of America. Among for whom say, Abia Joe Biden is even the president of the world. It says, any point about the president, because it is a powerful nation. The person have a lot of allies, or a lot of friends, or a lot of enemies they have to deal with. And he said, now could be president ever US of A. Adia bakwa FN say anopabia. We are going to brief you about security. We are going to brief you about economy. We are going to brief you about all the sectors. So that we are president, you get an informed decision as to how the nation is being run. Or mine a saying, a dear send a cool bit me abwa, I'm a management fund into my pediafra. And if you look at CNN, they organize this kind of presidential debate. Now, dear Bakwa FN say, Adia Bakwa debate here, say, we are able to make sure say we can see the intelligence and the maturity aspect of the leaders. Leader no person be do so no. Say ne oba be gina ho. Na e bia man 90 minutes. O man 1 hour. Say the policies are odeba. Kwa best to be formulated to implement here. That is a nice way whereby you can listen to the leader well. When it gets to debater, you can look at the weakness and the strength of the leader. And to make me about say the pamba be gina ho be markers oh me person me ya de we or person oh no people will try to ask questions, moderators will ask questions. And when the most are nipa na asem na all can or tiade na se anase bia on tiade na se. So if you look at the CNN, they called already the Joe Biden, they called Donald Trump, and then they brought them onto set. They wanted to give them mileage. No, but someone said, yeah, America for you want to come to us. Mo pesa ye boa mo na mo nsati mi kan votes. Na se to abane de mamwa. E dia no na betimi ya ebetimi aboa. Now if you look at this kind of debate on the 27th of June 2024, it took 90 minutes. 90 minutes. And 1 hour 30 minutes. Now adia ba kwa ma CNN for year this kind of debate they say one almost who compare US of A. You Republicans no ho, you Democrats no ho, but it is time for the floating voter to decide who should be their leader. Say floating voter need to meet here Donald Trump, no tell Joe Biden na dream bet me asesa. Ni poni kwanya nye na dream po. So person or to about any more bia. What hear the kind of thing the person is saying and how the person is convincing and confusing people are or betuna ba dia mano. Say case in terms of politics, convincing and confusing. Ebia na me NPP ni. The person or to about any money. Maybe I'm baby MP. I'm convincing you to come and vote for me. I'm convincing you not to vote for the NDC. The reason being that I'll give you reasons why you should not vote for the NDC. And when it gets to this kind of point, a debate, it brings out the maturity aspect of the person. It brings out the police and the panel person urban. What if it's a most a nipa or tiadiana say, you're economist. When it comes to law on Tiasia, when it comes to law or Tiasia, when it comes to economy, I want Tiasia. But it is a nice way for you to assess your leader, whether you can give the person your vote or not. It is not a debate, now a wholesome is it here. Now, it took them 1 hour 30 minutes to do this kind of debate. Now, over here debate, surprisingly, a lot of things started unfolding. Let's go back. If you look at Joe Biden, the man is around 81 to 82 years. Let me even make it 82 years for you. And a man for a debate, the performance of Joe Biden, it was abysmal, it was below belt, and they cannot even recognize, say, this is the president who is talking. As a president, and so they have problem with it. After 90 minutes of debate, a whole and a tablets, any newspapers, they start saying, they want to go into the matter. Yanko control room, the video, the debate between Joe Biden and already Donald Trump. Ben
Kennedy leads us off tonight from Washington with the war of words. Ben.
Well, Calvin, Nicole, you're right. It did get a bit heated at times. President Joe Biden called former President Donald Trump a liar, whiner, and convicted felon. Trump pushed back, saying Biden is bad at his job and is letting killers into the country by the border. In their first debate of 2024, President Joe Biden.
I ran because I was worried a guy like this guy could get elected.
In former President Donald Trump.
As we have a debate, we're trying to justify his presidency.
On the CNN stage in Atlanta, it's there the two candidates faced off the earliest in a campaign season, first discussing a key issue, reproductive rights.
And he's willing to, as we say, rip the baby out of the womb in the 9th month and kill the baby. Nobody wants that to happen, Democrat or Republican. Nobody wants it to happen.
You're lying. That is simply not true. The Roe v. Wade does not provide for that. That's not the circumstance. Only if a woman's life is in danger, she's going to die. That's the only circumstance in which that can happen. But we are not for late-term abortion, period. Period, period.
Biden's called Trump a threat to democracy, holding his predecessor accountable for actions taken while in office.
The pandemic was so badly handled. Many people were dying. All he said was, it's not that serious. Just inject a little bleach into your arm.
While Trump slammed Biden when it comes to immigration and the border crisis.
We have a border that's the most dangerous place anywhere in the world, considered the most dangerous place anywhere in the world. And he opened it up, and these killers are coming into our country.
With the idea they're emptying their prisons, we're welcoming these people. That's simply not true. There's no data to support what he said. Once again, he's exaggerating. He's lying.
As both sides face questions on the wars in Gaza and in Ukraine.
The fact is that Putin is a war criminal. He's killed thousands and thousands of people. And he has made one thing clear. He wants to reestablish what was part of the Soviet Empire.
I will have that war settled between Putin and Zelensky as president-elect before I take office on January 20th. I'll have that war settled.
Trump was then asked about his message to voters who believe he violated his oath of office on January 6th.
I said peacefully and patriotically.
As he also addressed recent court cases.
I didn't have sex with a porn star, number one.
And then responded to Biden calling him a convicted felon in his criminal hush money trial.
But when he talks about a convicted felon, his son is a convicted felon. But he could be a convicted felon as soon as he gets out of office. Joe could be a convicted felon with all of the things that he's done.
The idea that I did anything wrong relative to what you're talking about is outrageous. It's simply a lie.
And again, this is just the first debate.
And Joe Biden and Donald Trump. This was 90 minutes brainstorming. Because if you look at America, medical culture say, whether you like it or not, America is a powerful nation. And America has a lot of allies. They have a lot of enemies. And you say, you say president, you have to measure your level of intelligence, your level of understanding. So they call for a debate. And debate, Obia did not gain by. Now, surprisingly, only a debate, that was where the Democrats started feeling the pains. It was going through their veins because if you listen to the political pundits, the political commentators, the more connoisseurs and more analyze issues now, the kind of things they were saying about Donald Trump and where Joe Biden was serious. A lot of people were shifting to where they did Donald Trump. And they said Donald Trump gave them a 5-star performance. People were saying that the performance of Donald Trump was luxurious, it was mouth-watering. A man for Donald Trump, he was able to exercise himself well or conduct and the kind of answers that he brought on board was able to conform to the needs of Americans. A book of her tablets, this one, no air cost. Now, I did back with the internet, so they say, over the Joe Biden, the performance of Joe Biden was rambling, was unclear, and was flat. Now, if you listen to the Americans critically, almost say Donald Trump and Joe Biden, which also must start to be a church and in Semu, and a crowd be a first push your mind the corner. Almost say, already Joe Biden was rambling. Say, Casa Rambler, it means Joe Biden, he was giving lengthy speeches without making any sense. Almost say, Nin Samana Orkano, or Casabebre, Bomu Williams, a dear be a sebi a room. And this is a one person who is talking, or person church as Semu, but it's also confusing people. And in Kofokomle Democrats, they are not trying to get what the man is trying to say. The second term now he's trying to seek for re-election. The kind of policies he wants to formulate and implement, the kind of things he wants to do. Or more Kofokomle Democrats, they're not even trying to even get it. Almost say, already did Joe Biden, the statement he was trying to make and the kind of argument he was trying to bring on board was unclear. So because unclear, you cannot hear him well, you cannot understand him well. And Joe Biden, now Jimu Party, when say be or casem e be akyerɛw but mo motifie na almost watch TV no or more panditry or more connoisseurs or more commentators or more they understand politics, they know how to formulate and implement policies. They are saying say there be baby away from Joe Biden be asem no Joe Biden will feel lane, so they have to bring him back into the lane. And to say Joe Biden, the message on the buy no it was unclear. Adeba come say kai na ehunu so say Joe Biden was flat. Say kasa flatter, it means Joe Biden was down, and Joe Biden, when it comes to emotions, sentiments are now down. And also so this kind of issues and this kind of adjectives came on board. Then I'm proceed onto the internet. I'm go to internet. That was where the Democrats started feeling the pains. Now Democrats for no we say almost savage situation for the last 2 years. One, Joe Biden, he's getting close to 82 years. But Joe Biden say per his age, what just said natural justice has arrested him. Another year, Franko The Hitter, in the late 30s or in the early 40s. And when you the next 40 years, you cannot get the best from me. And now, Obasha, Leno Andrea Messi or Copa America, say the journey to the Copa America has come to an end for him. Owusu, natural justice has arrested him. Because when you know baby all corner, want me nyade na no Messi team ye ni biem. Natural. Ebi abet me will be decide jando ne ho odin okoba the next 15 years. Ebi oba ji so kitapoma. Eye sana nyankopon abo nipa dia bota nipa ho. But if you look at already Joe Biden after such pressure call so no, the man says he has rescinded his decision and he's not going for re-election. This man has shown say or joining for say for the interest of the party and America he has to pull out. Nane term na akano obedimi na akano mu jakwan diako. It tells you he's a white man. Africa, our leaders are power drunk. Africa, our leaders, they are power corrupt. And I'm not saying Cameroon. The president for Cameroon over around 93 years. 93 years. He did the pobia. Or say, Adia Bakwa one say or no pobia no. And who say what is already Eddie Joe Biden or resign. Joe Biden will 82. Pobia ever 93 years. Or say one 91 years. Or say one. So what resign? Now Obama Benya Obi Eti say Mugabe Otina Konyanso chair for 30 years. Here to na Daniasem. If you go to Equatorial Guinea president, your friend Teodora Nguama, this man became the president since 3rd August 1979. On one kasani wafa, ino koye kultu no, oye kultu we and best name no kasai. Since 1979, he has been the president of Equatorial Guinea. And we are semne say was so okwa, or person in the Bible dinner. It's not a monarchy system. And what say our leaders, our power drank, they are power corrupt. Or more ba moto kid they have all the access and facilities. So almost so always they try to suppress the will of the people. They fight the will of the people. And can you finish will be 10 years, 15 years? There be no so sorry. Ebia Franko so brother tina so. Ebia Jimmy Kitao. Ebia Obabet Master Sanoma. I'm going to be a but our leaders, they don't think about this kind of stuff. Now let's go to America. After so many years, or maybe debate in the year, let's go and look at what the newspapers edify election. Okay, and the Obasanjo were Al Jazeera and they are tosono. Now I say Biden falls flat against Trump in the first 2024 U.S. presidential debate. Where Al Jazeera, or maybe 90 minutes of debate, the Biden. No. Now the CNN, or more organize this kind of debate, or say Biden disastrous debate pitches his re-election bid into crisis. Or say Biden will bring a new support and the re-election about the Ediaman. Or say analysis Biden's incoherent debate performance heightens fear over his age. And the Ukopimo BBC, the BBC force the Biden. Now the Guardian was say leading House Democrat Adam Smith calls on Biden. Now if you look at this particular manner, Papa or a Democrat, maybe so. Where the news was say Joe Biden's 2024 hopes were dashed in the first minute of the debate. It took Democrats 3 weeks to convince him. And the child said, if you look at Joe Biden, the performance rate of Joe Biden in terms of this kind of debate was abysmal. And to compare the newspapers, the tabloids, or more political commentaries, debate. But some debate ready. The first minute of Joe Biden said started say all Casano. And all of them said there is a problem and they have to fix the problem. Now surprisingly, then people who are strong people in the Democrats, people who are influencers, who has influence in the party, who are leaders of the party, who could PM our US affair, or more senators, our Marcus MPs, no. Now they also came out and they came to vilify and chastise already Eddie Joe Biden. Now let's listen to already Eddie Lloyd Doggett. Lloyd Doggett, when I say, Texas, he is a big man in Texas. There's more can I say. Lloyd Doggett doubles down on push for Biden to step aside. There's something Nipa or Kasai, or a Democrat. He is a true Democrat. He's a card-bearing member. He is a senator for a Democrat, but he's punching the Democrat. Or catch any party leader and say, "On to me, what?" And I'm to me, and win elections. No. Now listen to what I friend Jim Costa. Now listen to what Jim Costa said. I say, Democrat rep Jim Costa calls for Biden to exit race. He is a Democrat, and we tell us now all can I say Jim Costa. Me no can say or no. He is the leader in Oka, California. Or no leader. I say, already Joe Biden have to exit the race. This is a Democrat talking. It's not a Republican. When you say and find say maybe about Ghana, na NPP for NDC for a debate. Omuye debate no. Na NDC for catch your leaders debate I koye ye the work grenu support. It's better you don't go for the re-election. And you think of for now say no more canon. Now if you look at already the Eddie Seth Morton was say Democrat calls on Biden to exit race after he didn't perform well. And to Osha, look at what he said. Good. Was say Democrat calls on Biden to exit race after he didn't seem to recognize me. Papa Sama Okin was one Kosia of France. Arako Semi say, Onona is a leader of the Democrat. Eko Kosia Joe Biden because of natural justice actually Joe Biden. Not Joe Biden age are catching the app no. Joe Biden who no kwem so you on one. Ti asemi bi me was say Joe Biden you to a point he said, Onona we Democrat. Oh, ma ko France, or ma ko for summit meeting. Joe Biden as the president. He is a leading member of the Democrat. Papa no. Papa no so one. Well, say if you look at the kind of debate West. Now, if you go to Colorado, Rep. Britannia Peterson calls on Biden to drop re-election bid. This is a Democrat. Just not make a when a Democrat, they are still punching the leader. Or more leader no. They are punching from left to right because they believe in democracy. Omoji tum say they are keka kono say be a the Kofi man was a course young fan and kononko jade na enko ye mfa maye. Let's be objective, let's be sincere, let's come out with our candid opinion. Let's tell him the ready say, hey, massa, ye do kwa enko ye. And this is the rep. Elma Corrado, Brittany Peterson was say, or catch up upon some mokwa M1. Now, leading House Democrat Adam Smith calls on Biden to end presidential bid. Wait, are your senators and then confirmed Marcus A. B. or MPs? And you know, it tells you say, some woman na air cosono, they had issues with it. Medicare catch or say, or Medicare koye bibiya yeno, or yeno, people had issues with it, and people were registering their displeasure to the Democrats saying, Joe Biden modern neighbor for re-election, dear, ain't me one. Shasema air coso, one young cofa or more a year on cofa or one casa any. Now, surprisingly, the person who was able to identify already Eddie Joe Biden is Barack Hussein Obama. Sebibiem, akwa say ne Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia so hwehwemwa wakwa ko Matthew Opoku Prempe to be his running mate. Now, adia ba kwa FN say, if you look at this particular leader, sir, kama edu say ye baba bo bodin, aba baba be running mate no. Open nipa ba kwa no punch Barack Obama. Ye pa na edi owura din Eddie Joe Biden. Joe Biden, when he was a senator, always punching away for Barack Obama. Say Barack Obama ya akura politics no nyanti ase. Enti line ne wa onkonko di akire. No ko di akire wi amre ne beso amanaba. Na ade a FN say when Barack Obama was looking for a running mate. Now listening to the names. Oh, like Reid, no Rhode Island. Oh, Bill Richardson, no New Mexico, no a senator from 2003, equal to 2011. Oh, Carlen Sibelius, no a governor for Kansas, 2003 equal to 2009. Oh, Timmy Kane, Virginia governor, 2006-2010. Chris Dodd, no also a senator, 1981, equal to 2011. Now, if you look at this kind of names, and urban nana, mantibida, so the catch us or a special aid at the Mobi, and to be a problem. And a man for money power, many power problem. Yeah, Musa no man. And now, already, Eddie Barack Hussein Obama have to settle on already Eddie Joe Biden. Now, let's watch what already Barack Hussein Obama, Ekafa already Eddie Joe Biden. Nippon will discover Nippon then buy Eka Sobrabem running mate. They captured power in 2008. Now he becomes the vice president for 2 terms. And he knows his inside out. But listening to the comment, if you refer Barack Hussein Obama, Asama, or Kanye, Eddie Joe Biden, after so I'm presidential debate, no say, or catch a democracy. No, if you look at Joe Biden, it's not going to help. And to catch him say, as soon as fast walk, so Joe Biden, say Joe Biden should seek for re-election. This is the former president who identified Joe Biden, but today he's telling him the reality. Now, Yamrafi, I want to break him down. Adia, I see our US of A. See, I'm for the leaders of a political party. They are moving forward. Maybe they want to win elections. They want to capture elections. They want to make sure there will be government in power. Some woman are also our US of A. No, a BSC Ghana, and I say a BC. Permit me to take you through the journey and let me explain matters to you. Sadly, a BSC, but it happened in a different manner. From 2012.